Easter Awakening by Dolores Bates. Before the traffic accident, Art, my son, was a high school senior. He was the star captain of his football team and the finest son a mother could ever want. Proud of the body God had given him, Art didn't drink or smoke. He held strong values and went to church regularly. His dream was to play professional football and set a good example for other young people. Now he was in the hospital, in a coma, with tubes everywhere. Dolores bent over his bed and whispered in his ear, "Honey, I had a dream last night, so beautiful that it seemed real. 2 magnificent angels stood by your bed. It means you will be healed. I know it." She wondered if her comatose son could hear. He didn't move, didn't acknowledge in any way that he had heard her. Art and some of his friends had attended a New Year's Eve dance and were returning home at about 1 in the morning when a pickup truck ran into the side of his car. One of his friends died, and the others weren't badly hurt, but Art faced a number of significant challenges. One doctor told them, all that saved him so far is his strong athlete's body, but the area around his brainstem is so severely damaged he might never regain consciousness. He was then moved to intensive care. The parents made up their mind that no matter what, they would do everything in their power to restore their son and started praying for a miracle they needed so badly. 30 days passed. Dolores was constantly at his side. Friends from school, football teammates, and coaches all visited. Art was then transferred to another hospital, but no improvements of any significance were made until Good Friday. You see, that was the first day Art opened his eyes since the accident in January. He wasn't just lying there with his eyes open either. He was actually moving them and following people around the room. Doctors generally give loved ones the worst case scenario so that they know the worst that can happen. And then every small improvement is seen as a joyful experience. A month went by and there was little change and no speech at all. One day, Art's mother and grandmother went to the hospital together. As they were leaving the room, Grandmother said, "Dolores, I don't think he's ever going to talk again." A familiar voice jolted us out of our conversation. Ma. Art had repeated the first word he learned as a baby, Ma. In time, Art was able to speak about the night of the accident. "I remember being on the operating table," he said. "I saw the doctors working on me. 3 times I tried to leave my body, and 3 times the Holy Spirit made me go back because my family was praying that God would heal me." At the time Dolores wrote this story, Art's speech had returned, and he walks with a cane. Art has had a long road back, and I remind him about the angels I saw in the dream whenever his struggle is wearing him down. He has earned a degree in marketing and would like to play football again. Dolores closes her story with, "I know it's a miracle when my son sneaks up behind me in the kitchen, slips his arms around my waist, kisses me, and says, 'Ma, I sure do love you.' It's the miracle we prayed for, and the one the angels in my dream promised. It's the miracle of my Art alive today." Both Art and his parents face many significant challenges, but the really great thread that runs throughout the entire story is that they always turn to God, not only in their hours of need, but also never forgot to thank Him for everything. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. "None of the trials which have come upon you is more than a human being can stand. You can trust that God will not let you be tested beyond your strength, but with any trial will also provide a way out by enabling you to put up with it." The Bates family certainly had their trials, yet God held their hand and they moved through them together.